Think you've booked the perfect family stay in Malaysia? We thought so too, until it went horribly wrong.
So we've come to our second apartment of the night. This is our final stay on our Asia trip. The first place we went to, which was AirBNB, had a lot of cockroaches. Kids weren't impressed, nor was I. We also had 6 beds. We booked it for 9 people. Apparently, sleeping on sofas and stuff was an acceptable form of sleep. Not for us though. It is now 11:55 PM. We haven't even eaten yet. However, the rooms do have a nice view.
When we planned our family trip to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, we thought we'd found the perfect mix of exciting life and budget travel. We searched for the best Kuala Lumpur accommodation, scanned every Agoda review, filtered for kid-friendly Kuala Lumpur hotels, and even looked at Malaysia's AirBNBs and Malaysia hostels. We thought we'd nailed it. But what we didn't expect was how wildly different the reality would be from the photos and from accommodation in other countries that we'd stayed at. We booked 3 different places and experienced the same issues at every one of them. One of the Kuala Lumpur accommodations we booked looked great online, but we arrived at 10 PM with tired kids, and within 2 hours we were dragging our bags out and searching for somewhere else to stay. So in this video we're sharing 8 crucial things to consider based on everything we learned, and some will apply no matter where you're travelling to. That will save your family from uncomfortable surprises, help you stay on budget, and find the best places to stay in Kuala Lumpur with kids. Let us know in the comments if you're going to Malaysia and what your accommodation plans are. And before we start, if you aren't booking your accommodation while watching this video, then make sure you save it so you can re-watch it and check all the considerations while booking. We have also created timestamps so you can skip or return to a particular consideration within this video, and if you have any questions at any point, please do not hesitate to ask. We will answer best we can. We're the Mills, a family of 5 on a mission to explore the world, one unforgettable journey at a time. All of our 3 children started their travel adventures before they could even walk, and so far this year we've travelled across 4 Asian countries, but we're not stopping there. This summer we'll be going on a road trip of a lifetime across Europe with an irresistible Disneyland Paris stopover, because we believe the best memories are made outside of our comfort zone. On this channel we share real travel stories, budget hacks, kid-friendly itineraries, and what it's actually like to travel as a family. Whether you're planning your own trip or you just need a bit of inspiration and encouragement, hit subscribe and come along for the ride. Let's go. Booking the cheapest Malaysia accommodation? Be careful. One of the biggest mistakes that we made was thinking that we could just choose the cheapest Kuala Lumpur hotel with decent reviews and amazing photos of a rooftop bar overlooking an incredible view. But when we showed up, the building was run down, the smell in the hallway hit us before we got to the room, and there were a few surprises when we got to the room. We'll get into that later in the video. Always filter Superhost on AirBNB or read the recent reviews on Agoda, not just the star rating. And trust your gut. If it feels off, it probably is. We were amazed by the price of our first hotel, but there are a few good reasons why it was so cheap. We arrived at one accommodation in Kuala Lumpur after 10 PM, after a long travel day with 3 tired kids and all of our bags. It was supposed to be a modern apartment. Instead, it looked like a forgotten storage unit. So what did we do? We walked out, literally. We left within 2 hours and booked an alternative. Even though it cost more, it was nearly midnight and it was just to feel safe. Avoid arriving late, but if you have no choice, book a place with a staffed front desk, clear check-in instructions, or at least 24-hour support, or book a first night in the hotel rather than apartment. We used all 3 platforms to book our Malaysia accommodation, but found that Agoda has some of the lowest rates for Kuala Lumpur hotels and family stays. Cross-check listings across multiple platforms, and don't forget about Malaysia's hostels with private family rooms. They could be clean, fun and budget friendly. We also found that Agoda was a lot clearer at explaining how many beds were available, and even though we still had issues, we'll get into that in our last consideration within this video. Quick pause to remind you that if you are finding this video helpful, please do give it a thumbs up and consider hitting that subscribe button, and join us on more family adventures. We share honest reviews, useful tips, kid-friendly itineraries and the occasional chaos without filters. On one of our Airbnbs, which stated breakfast was included, this meant that there were some coffee sachets and a packet of biscuits, so we had to head back out to buy breakfast items and there were no shops nearby. This was what we mean by when we say learn from our mistakes. When you're travelling with kids, you don't want to walk 30 minutes just to get dinner or nappies, definitely not in a hot country. So check the location of your accommodation on the map and check that there are stores and other facilities with long opening hours for your convenience. This could be a 7-Eleven or a petrol station. You never know when you might need something at the last minute. This one's underrated. Whether it's a hostel, a hotel or an Airbnb, laundry access is a lifesaver with kids. Filter for units with washers and dryer access and check that there's a local laundrette within walking distance. With kids, you'll go through clothes fast. Choosing Malaysia accommodation with self-service laundry or asking for your Malaysia Airbnb host in advance can help you pack less. But no matter if it is available, always take some detergent dry sheets for that quick underwear wash. Better to be safe than sorry. When filtering on your desired search engine, whether it's Airbnb or Booking.com, tick pool only if it's genuinely useful for you. And if you decide that you do want a pool, make sure you check the fine print. Some Kuala Lumpur hotels list rooftop pools, but they don't allow children or have strict age rules. For us, wherever possible, we will have a pool. There's nothing better than relaxing and cooling off on a poolside after a day of exploring while the kids play in the water. The considerations that we mentioned in this video are only a few. Let us know if there's anything else that you take into account when booking your holiday accommodation. Let's share all the knowledge with each other. We just found another pool at this place, at the other side of the building. Turns out this one's even nicer. Still got a great view of that monstrous tower behind us. And it's quite nice because you actually got a view of the football pitch here as well. There's the monorail on the main road. Accommodation prices and availability change on a regular basis, so although we recommend booking well in advance, this doesn't mean you can't find something better later. Whether it's Kuala Lumpur hotels on Agoda or Malaysia Airbnb listings, choose free cancellation wherever possible. This gives you flexibility to switch to a better rated, newly listed or even cheaper Kuala Lumpur accommodation if your plans shift or a better deal pops up. We booked a few months in advance but checked prices over time and rebooked whenever we found a better deal. This one surprised us and we had problems in 2 of the 3 places that we stayed at. Why does being aware of old buildings matter? Well, old buildings often have poor ventilation, questionable hygiene and yes, creepy crawlies. Insects, lizards or worse. We get it. It's a capital city in Southeast Asia. It's bound to have some wildlife and we are more than happy with lizards, geckos, ants, the lot. But cockroaches are a big no-no. However, they unfortunately are very popular in old buildings. So make sure you look at listings that mention new development or Google the name of the building before you book and take a look at plenty of photos. Read all the reviews and if anyone mentions cockroach issues, then you'll know they're likely to be around when you visit. This has to be by far the most important consideration that we share with you. In all of the 3 places that we stayed at, there weren't even enough beds, even when we checked over the phone after the previous 2 failures. We've left Malaysia feeling like children are just expected to sleep wherever it's available. Despite making our bookings including 3 children, there were never beds included for the children, nor there were bedding or pillows. When we questioned this, we were told that it was not included, but we were never offered the option to pay more for the children. The accommodation will be advertised as children stay free, but this is because you aren't paying for any type of sleeping arrangement for them. In our first hotel, there were 2 very small sofas for 3 children, no bedding, no pillows. In our second accommodation, there was nowhere for them to sleep at all. We ended up leaving to a place that we called to ensure it was big enough for everyone, only to get there and find there were still not enough beds. By this point, it was midnight, the children had to share a bed with us and 2 adults had to sleep on the floor. So, honestly, our biggest piece of advice is for this problem, and probably something that we will do in the future. If you want to make sure that your children sleep in a comfortable bed, book them in as an adult and just pay a little extra. We'd love to hear your stories too. Have you ever walked out of a hotel or an Airbnb like we did? Or have you got the go-to platform that you trust when booking family travel? Drop it in the comments, we'd love to swap stories, and if you're planning more Southeast Asia adventures, check out our playlist where we share our travels in 4 different countries. We hope these tips save your family from booking regrets and help you find the perfect Kuala Lumpur accommodation, whether you're hunting for best Malaysia hostels, hotels or budget-friendly Airbnbs. Thank you so much for watching.